Cooking beef, baby. We got some big steaks. Couple things you will need. Big old cast iron pan. Fit the baby. No, not the baby. You're gonna need some beef. First objective, go kill the meat. It's already dead. We don't need to kill it again. No, don't go do that. These steaks, well marbled. You can see they're prime. You know, they're not certified prime, but they're prime. They're CAB. So that's top third prime, 2/3 choice. Good meat. The only thing we're gonna put on this meat, olive oil, salt and pepper. You put anything else on a steak, you might as well be eating swine. Coming at you, and I'm gonna show you what you need to finish up on this episode of Chef and a Baby. What we're gonna need to do with these steaks, first things first, take them out of the package. Second thing, dry paper towel. We want as much blood off of the outside as you can when you're pan searing. Now, if we can do this on a grill, no problem. But I'm using cast iron and inside, and then what I'm gonna do, the only other thing we're gonna need after we pan sear these steaks, we will be throwing them into the oven. Now, a lot of high-end steakhouses start their meat in a pan or on a grill, and they finish it in a broiler or an oven. Same concept here. So hot cast iron pan, that's what we're gonna do now. Sea salt, coarse ground black pepper. We're gonna generously put it on both sides. I will show you this. Olive oil. We're gonna get the pan smoking hot. We're gonna sear both sides. Then we're gonna put them onto a half sheet pan, and then this will go into the oven. So these steaks this is probably a 30-ounce ribeye and a 28 to 30-ounce porterhouse. So after about a minute pan sear, good caramelization on each side. The ribeye is probably gonna take 11 minutes in the oven at 375 convention, and the porterhouse is probably gonna take 9 minutes. You wanna cook the ribeye a little bit longer. You wanna get it just past medium rare for the ribeye, because it will break down that marbling and the fat inside the ribeye. Once that fat starts to melt, it gives the ribeye a better flavor. If you wanna eat your steak Pittsburgh rare, eat a filet mignon. You wanna eat it rare, eat a filet mignon, seriously. Ribeye cooked just past medium rare, in between medium rare and medium, that's where you're gonna have the best flavor for ribeye. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time. Chef and a baby. So right when your cast iron starts to smoke a little bit, you can see the smoke rising up here. You always want to make sure that it's hot enough before you sear it. So you just put your steak on a little bit. If you hear that sizzle, it's getting hot enough. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna start our sear on both of our steaks, our porterhouse and our tomahawk ribeye. And like I said, that sizzle and that sear on this first side, do not move them, let it go. It's gonna go about 60 to 90 seconds on each side, and that's gonna give us a good crust. You could go a lot longer if you want to, Cajun it up. If you put Cajun seasoning on it and got it black, that would be called a blackened steak, or a Pittsburgh Nelly, they call that one. So it would be black, heavily seasoned on the outside Cajun, and it would be rare raw in the center, so cold to the touch. And people love that. It's called Pittsburgh rare or Pittsburgh blue. Here we are in our flip, so we got a good char. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. It smells amazing. Coming right back at you. We're gonna put these in the oven, like I said, for about 11 minutes. You could cook them right in that cast iron pan, but I think it's gonna give us a lot better product if we put it back on the sheet pan. So about 12 minutes, show you the final product here on Chef and a Baby. We're doing beef. We're wrapping up steak here on this episode. Right here we got a 30-ounce porterhouse. We got some charred asparagus that I sauteed in the same pan that we pan seared the steaks in. Roasted sweet potatoes in a 375-degree oven for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. Nothing on it but a little olive oil, a little avocado. My little sous chef here, Azalea, said she wanted some fresh garlic on her steak. So we put fresh garlic on her steak and a little bit of maitre d' or chef's butter right on top at the end, so it melts on it. The most important thing about this steak when you take it out of the oven, You let it rest for 10 minutes before you cut it, otherwise all the juices are gonna pour out of it. It's been a pleasure. Azalea is looking at this and she's gonna dive right in. We're just gonna let her, happy birthday, baby. Yep, she's turning into a toddler quicker than we want, but remember, stay with your family, spend as much time as you can because they grow up fast. Till next time.